Hey everybody, welcome back to Pokemon Fire Red. In the last episode, we fought against Blaine, got our 7th badge, went to the Pokemon Mansion. Oh no, whoa, no, that was 2 episodes ago. Wow. I tried to forget the filler from last episode. Last episode, we actually went and did the Civvy Islands thing, found Lost Stell, fought a Hypno, filler basically, you know, like Naruto, you know. In One Piece, too. One Piece is very well known for its filler. But, you know, in this episode, we're actually going to be doing something legend. Wait for it, and I hope you're not lactose intolerant, because that second word is dairy. Yes, How I Met Your Mother quotes. I am sorry. When I think of legendary Pokemon, now ever since I've watched that show, all I can think of is Barney Stinson. Well, I don't know. If you've seen How I Met... That's the question of the day. Have you watched How I Met Your Mother? That's How I Met Your Moltres. That's gonna be the title for this video, is How I Met Your Moltres. That or Legendary... I don't know. It doesn't matter. But we're going through the Seafoam Islands. The thing is, a lot of people tend to really hate this dungeon. And they always say, like, oh, it's the worst dungeon in the game. I completely disagree, like, 100%. I don't really like this dungeon, but I think it's super easy to do. And it's actually probably my favorite, just because it's not hard. It doesn't go on for a long time if you know what to do. I don't see all the hate for it, honestly. You're literally just pushing boulders into holes, and then you just eventually go down, swim, and find your legendary. But we'll be seeing what the whole legend that I'm referring to is here in a few minutes, actually. Actually, I think we're around it, you see around the 4-minute mark, I believe. I'm probably wrong on that. I recorded this so long ago, I can't remember. But I don't know, the Seafoam Islands, of course you can find like a ton of water Pokemon here. Like, I know you can find Seal. I believe you can find Dugongs here. Of course, the infamous Zubats and other such things. I know this is super off topic, but I did say infamous. Are those games good? I've never played them. It's something I've always wanted to play. You know, Geotrix always tells me they're fine. But, maybe. I've heard they play, like, Prototype, and I like Prototype when I played of it. So I may have to give it a shot one day. I know that Sunset Overdrive kind of plays like that. Well, it's the same. I think no, it's not the same company. I think Sucker Punch makes Infamous. Or I may be wrong. I'm not sure. I screwed up here. So what I'm gonna do is I'll run back to that ladder and leave and come back. The thing is, though, I never see whether ladders here. Or they're just ladders built throughout the islands for people to climb through. Or, like, they're also, like, in dungeons, like in other dungeons, too. I can understand, like, Victory Road, but I cannot understand the Seafoam Islands. Because the thing is, we're gonna see what the whole legend thing is in a minute. You think if people came here and built ladders, they would see, oh, hey, there's a legend thing over or down here. I will say that this place is pretty boring to commentate over. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's not the best place to commentate over. I've talked through worse, though. I did play through, whatever the galaxy was in Mario Galaxies, whatever episode 7, or it's whatever galaxy episode 7 covered. I know it's like the one where it's like mostly like platform, whatever. Here's the thing. Die! Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, this is our first legendary Pokemon in the game. It is Articuno! Articuno, flying ice type. Articuno is actually, I'm trying not to get my tongue tied. It's actually one of my favorite, flying type Pokemon. Not flying type Pokemon. Well, it's one of my favorite flying type Pokemon, but it's also one of my favorite legendaries. Why, you may ask? Because Articuno, look at the design of it. I mean, it's a simple design, but it's awesome looking. Articuno, as I said, is an ice flying type. Articuno, technically, well, it's not the strongest of the birds, the 3 legendary birds. But it's also really good against other flying types, because of course the ice type can help come in handy. If you really want an ice type in this game, Articuno is a perfect choice. The only thing you need to worry about is it's weak to electric attacks, and it has a times 4 weakness to rock. That's the only big problem I think with Articuno. It has more than that, but it has a lot of weaknesses, but if you can really use Articuno effectively, it's a really good Pokemon, and of course, as I said earlier, it's my favorite out of the 3 legendary birds. But yeah, legendary Pokemon are basically some of the strongest in the game. They're also ridiculously hard to catch because their catch rates kind of suck, except for the ones in Gen 4, because you can catch Dialga and Palkia pretty easily. I say that, but I actually did catch a Palkia. First turn, one quick ball, caught it, and I freaked out. It's kind of like a Trick Con where you freak out when you caught Groudon, you know? But, you know. Articuno, I do like it. I just, as I said, if you really want an ice type, I recommend because it makes the best one in the game. I'm not going to use it because I don't like to use legendaries. This is a spoiler here for people who haven't played Gen 5 yet, but the only legendary I ever do plan to use will be the final fight of Gen 5. And we'll see why when I get to that, just because it's cool and it's effective. But that's going to be the only time. I wouldn't, of course, I'll not be using any legendaries in this LP or any other LPs in the future. At least I don't plan to. Because, I mean, I understand when people like to use legendaries, but I think they're kind of cheap, honestly. Because they make the game, I think, a little too easy. The worst thing ever to me is when people have legendaries online. I hate that, because they know, like, they know they're hard to beat. And they just throw those out there because they know, they have high stats so they can win. Of course, Articuno does have really high stats, mostly speed, not really speed, but mostly a special attack. Of course, you know, it has like one this Ice Beam, I'm pretty sure. I completely forgot because I haven't really been looking at the screen, which is sad because I'm commentating over it. But, you know, when it comes to legendaries, though, what I usually recommend you do is you either try to put the legendary to sleep or paralyze it. Do not poison them. That's an awful idea, because if they get poisoned, they're going to take damage every turn, and if you get them on the red, and you don't catch them there, they're probably going to die, and you're going to redo the fight. Good thing about emulators, though, is you can do save states, which I didn't actually do for this, which is shocking. Because I was actually planning to, but actually catch, this is my first take actually trying to get Articuno, which I was actually pretty happy about, because, oh god, I hate having to do multiple takes to catch Pokemon. But I could recommend Articuno. If you're not really super experienced with Pokemon, then I'd recommend give it a shot. I mean, I'm not saying you cannot use Articuno, but it's just like, for me, I don't like to use legendaries. I'm not saying, you know, it's a bad thing if you use them. You know, I hate if you use them online, but that's about it. But you mean, I'm not saying like, oh, you're going to hell. I don't know. I don't know why I went country there, but I still think, when it comes to the legendary Pokemon, I do think they're probably the worst in this game to catch. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Gen 3, I think, is the worst to catch those Pokemon, to catch legendaries. Well, the thing is, it's part Gen 3, but, you know. I'm talking like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, but, here they're not that hard. And we got Articuno! What's an Eskimo's favorite game, or card game? Arctic Uno. Bleh. And of course it's an Articuno, because it needs an LP. If I'm playing by myself, I never do nicknames. I don't know why. Like, if I'm not recording, I'm just like, fuck nicknames. But I do it in this because I'm like, well, you know, it's always interesting for you guys to have nicknames, I guess. I don't know. But we're actually going to nickname Articuno, in case you can't tell. It's Mr. Freeze, because, you know, Mr. Freeze is Batman villain. He uses ice. Articuno uses ice. I couldn't think of anything other than Mr. Freeze, honestly, because I'm lame. We're actually now, why did I do that? This happened to me a lot, but I didn't mean to actually hit this. But, we're actually now going to be heading around, I think this is Mount Moon we're near right now. Yeah, it is Mount Moon. We're actually going to be heading down here, because down here there is actually a power plant. This is actually where we're going to find another legendary Pokemon. But the power plant, I don't really care about it, honestly. It's never been it's never been that big of a deal to me. That big of a deal, though, okay. Here, if you really want an electric type, this is the best place to probably find one. And you can come here earlier than I'm doing. I just decided to come here now because I was like, well, my Pokemon are near the levels of the legendary and it'll be easier to catch now. But I think you can actually come here as soon as you get the Surf HM. I'm pretty sure. And here, as we see here, we're actually in a battle from hitting that Pokeball. Oh, wait, it's an Electrode. Electrode, I mentioned before, it's really fast, electric type. It's worth it. Other Pokemon you can find here, I know you can find Pikachus here. I'm not sure if you can find Raichus here, though. You can, of course, find Electabuzz, which is actually one of my favorites. Not my favorite Pokemon. It's not one of my favorite Pokemon. It's one of my favorite electric types, though. But, I just say Electro? Electabuzz, I mean, I think I did say Electabuzz. I don't give a fuck. But, Electabuzz is actually a really good Pokemon to use if you want an electric type in this game. Of course, I just chose Jolteon because I like Jolteon. Send out Jolteon, there you go. There's a joke. But, definitely, Electabuzz, if you want an electric type, really try it out. I know if you, breed it with a Ditto to an egg, I think you will get, yeah, you will get Elekid, I'm pretty sure, in this game. Yeah, Elekid was Gen. Okay, to make sure. But, of course, you cannot get its evolution, which is Electivire, because that's only in Gen 4. But, you know, if you want Electabuzz, totally give it a shot. If you need a 6-member to your team, give it a shot. To me, it's not my favorite Electro. Well, I've already mentioned before my favorite Electro is probably like Galvantula. It's actually my favorite bug type too. Well, next to Scizor. But, you know. Electrode, though, I can recommend it if you really want a fast electric type on your team. It's just like a ball, but, you know. But now we have an Electrode. We're, of course, not going to use it on our team. I just wanted to show it off, and, you know, we got to fill up that Pokedex. So, yeah. Also, Electro can learn Explosion or Self-Destruct, whatever. Which, of course, if you just want to do a suicide in one turn, take out one or a lot of a Pokemon's health bar, that's the perfect thing to do. Oh, I named him Guile because Electro can learn Sonic Boom. I had to think that from earlier, like, what the fuck did I name this guy? I don't know, though, I'm trying to think of things to say. Oh, yeah, TM25 Thunder! Thunder, without a doubt, is the strongest electric move you can learn in this game, and of course, we will be teaching it to Jolteon, or Sparky, whatever. Thunder, if you remember me talking about, Blizzard, I think in episode, what was it, 14 or 15, I'm not sure. I believe it's 14. Blizzard, as I said earlier, is mostly, it's really powerful, but it doesn't always hit. Thunder is kind of like that, where Thunder, I believe, has a 75% chance of hitting, or 70, somewhere around there. But it's really ridiculously powerful. Thunder also comes with a really good trick you can use. There is a TM, or a move you can learn called, Rain Dance. If you throw a Rain Dance down, you can always get Thunder to hit every single time. And that is a strategy we will be teaching our Jolteon because it's ridiculously powerful. And Thunder, of course, as I just said, is really powerful. And it's going to help because a lot of our rivals team and a lot of the Elite Four teams, if I could stop stuttering and get my tongue tied, are weak to electric type moves. But you know, here's another legendary Pokemon. Gaio! This is Zapdos! Zapdos is a flying electric type. I almost got my tongue tied again. Zapdos is actually pretty good when it comes to the strongest of the, bird type, well, between the 3 legendary birds. I definitely recommend Zapdos because, of course, Zapdos can take them all out. It has a flying type attack, it has flying type attacks, and it's along with electric type attacks. So basically, if, say, you have a Zapdos against a water type or another flying type, just throw down a Thunder or Thunderbolt and you're good. I can fully recommend Zapdos a lot, especially because for special attack. So if you want an electric type on your team and, you know, you don't like Jolteon or Electrode or Raichu or Electabuzz, then totally go for Zapdos. And of course, if you can tell, they also have the Spanish numbers for 1, 2, 3 in their names. Of course, Articuno, Zapdos, I wonder if there's a fire trace, even though I mentioned it. Okay, yeah, there is a Moltres, but I will go and say this here. I will not be showing off Moltres in this video because basically, Moltres is actually in a part of the... You can actually get him now. The thing is, though, I never knew that in this game because originally, when you play Pokemon, or at least Red, Blue, and Yellow, you find Moltres in Victory Road, which will be seen later. In this game, you actually find it in the Sevii Islands, which, of course, we'll be doing in the post-game. You can actually get it, though, in the main game, but I figured, hey, I'll save it for the post-game, because we're actually going to go to the area where he's near, so I figured, you know, we'll just wait until then. Plus, it's more bonus episodes, so padding! I'm kidding. Or am I? But of course, with Articuno, I do recommend either putting Zapdos to sleep or throwing a paralysis on it because it makes it easier to catch. I do recommend sleep. If you can actually get it to freeze, it's a perfect chance to definitely catch it because it can't move at all. Even though in Gen 2 and onwards, if you have a running Pokemon, you freeze it, it'll still run away somehow. And of course, Zapdos has Drill Peck. Drill Peck is a really strong flying type move that you really want to watch out for. Of course, as I said, it's Drill Peck. It can learn Thunder. I'm pretty sure it can learn Rain Dance too. It's a perfect Pokemon to use on your team. But it does have the ×4 weakness to Rock, which you definitely want to watch out for. It is also weak to Ice type moves because it has the flying type in it as well. Same with, I don't think, well, it can't be weak to ground type, so that's another plus. The next gym we'll be going to actually is more, its gym leader is basically a ground type trainer, so that'd actually be perfect for you. You can also have Pokemon that has flying type attacks. They also have Thunder, or not Thunder, they also have Electro type attack, even though Electro won't do anything to a ground type gym leader. You also have just flying type, which will completely wreck it, especially if you have that Drill Peck, which will basically destroy it. So yeah, there's a perfect Pokemon you can catch here. Zapdos, when it comes to Zon, he's my second favorite, but he's just not my favorite. I prefer Articuno over Zapdos and Moltres, but Zapdos is still pretty cool in my book. He's not one of my favorite legendaries, I wouldn't think. He's in my top 10, probably. But when it comes to, like, electric legendary, or legendaries of the electric type, I'd probably say Zekrom is up there. He's actually one of my favorite legendaries, but, you know. This hasn't been announced, as far as I know. We're still in Generation 6. We do not know if there is a Quattro, is it called Unodos Trace? Quattro, okay. It's really sad I had to do that. But, I passed 2 Spanish classes, ladies and gentlemen. But there has not been a Quattro bird yet. I don't know why they have no one. You figure that when they did Gen 4 they'd make one, but, I don't, well, some people say that, Lugia and a Ho-Oh count as part of these birds, but I don't really count them, honestly. Because, I don't know why. But, there must be more Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. I mean, this is a children's game, but still. Because they're always, like, in every generation somewhere. Like, I know they're in Gen 2, they're in Gen, are they in Gen, oh yeah, technically they're in Gen 3 right now. Of course, they're in Gen 1, they're in Gen 4, they're in Gen, are they in Gen 5? I'm pretty sure they're in Gen 5. I know for sure they're in Gen 6, so there has to be, like, a lot of Moltres, Zapdos, and all that. But it took me a long time. It took me, like, 5 minutes to think of a name. So, because I'm an anime nerd and I couldn't think of a better name, I'm gonna name him Luxu. I'm gonna name him Loxus. Of course, Loxus is a character from Fairy Tail. I dropped that series. That's an interesting note, I guess, to end the episode on. So, thank you all for watching. I've been Lance of the Pants, and tomorrow. Yeah, well, actually, it might be tomorrow. I don't know. In the next episode, we will be going to our 8th Gym Leader challenge fight thing.